Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss one topic from object oriented programming, that is templates. So basically templates are used for the generic programming. So template is a tool used for the generic programming. Generic programming means that here what we can do, we can write a common function or the common class which will work on the different data types. So it allows classes and the functions to operate with generic data types. So there are basically two types of templates. One is a function template and another is the class template. So first of all we will discuss about the function template and then we will move ahead with the class template. So what is a function template? So the syntax for this is template, then angle bracket. So inside the angle bracket we have to write down the keyword as a class or the type name, followed by the one placeholder, that is a type of placeholder, then return type of the function, name of the function, and the argument list that particular function will contain. Now when we talk about we are saying that functions templates are used for generic programming. Now if you want to print some message onto the screen, for example you want to print the integer number, we want to print the character, we want to print the float value. So for that purpose the naive approach is that we can keep on writing the different functions for different purposes. For example, first of all, without template I will show you how it will work. So the task is that what we want to do, we want to display the integer, then character and the float. So for that purpose what we can do, we will write a function, for example print, and so print int whatever the value that we want to print, we will write over here. So we are written the function for the then we want to print char. So for that purpose we had written a function, say print char, printing character and the third is print, say double. D. Cout printing double D. So what we have did here, we want to print the three different data types, and for that purpose one approach is that we have to use the three different functions for it. Now when we will call this particular function, so print int 10, print char, say capital A, we are want to print double, we are passing say 100.34 as a value, return 0. Now first of all what we will do, we will execute this particular program. So we have built this particular, now we are executing this particular program. So see here, printing integer, then value is 10, printing character and printing double. So what is a drawback with this? Unnecessarily, what we have to do? We are doing one identical task. What we are doing? We are printing that particular value. So here, without template, what we have to do? We have to write separate function for it. Another approach is that we can go with the function overloading. Now how it can be done with the function overloading? Just I will show you. So we will keep the same function name, and what we will do? We will just change the parameters. Means here this is a kind of called as your function overloading. The function name remains the same. So in the three versions, print, function name remains the same, but here we are changing its data type. For first version we are considering the data type as integer, for the second version we are considering the data type as character, and for the third version we are considering the data type as double. Now when we will call this particular, so we need to change here again with respect to method overloading also. What we have to do? We have to write down the function 3 times, but here we have done the function overloading. Now when we will execute this particular, so printing integer 10, printing character and printing double. Now with the help of a function template, what we will do, instead of writing the 3 different versions of the function print, we will write only one function, and the same function that will operate differently, or that will operate on the different data types. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will delete these 2 functions. Here just look at the code, the changes that I am going to. So the way to write the function template is template type name placeholder, that is tree, and here we are passing it as a this particular TA. So printing, so what we will do, we will call this particular function with the specified data type. So whenever we are calling with integer, this is with character and this is with double. So when I execute this, look at what the changes that we have made here. So we have keep only one definition of the function, and that we are keeping as a template. We have defined it as a function template. So just look at the code. I have built that. Now I am executing. See here, printing 10, printing A, printing 130. So I will make it a new line, then NDL. Here, now see the output. See here, the output, printing 10, printing A, printing 100.34. So what we did here in our program, initially when we discuss, we had written the 3 different functions for the print int, print char, print double. Later on, that approach we changed with the function overloading. There also what we did, we keep the function name same, but the arguments that are going to be differ. And here the third approach, and which is we can say the better approach to do the identical task, that we are just printing the value. So instead of writing the 3 different functions for the 3 different data types, we will write the same function which will operate on the different data types, and that is nothing but your function template. So in the same way, what we can do, we can write down the class template. So all the functions that are written inside that class template, we can consider them as a function template function. So what we have to do, for example, we will take one more program. Here we can find out the maximum of the 2, whether they are the number or the character. Depending on that, we have to decide. So what is our problem statement is that, So before coming to the actual our assignments, we are solving the simple program. So what we have to do, we are going to write a program. We will write a function template which will work on the which will find the maximum among the either two numbers, whether they are integer, double or the character. So for that purpose we will write the, so as I told, instead of type name we can write down the class as well. So we had written this one function maximum we are calling that particular function now. So we have defined one function, template function maximum, where we are passing the two parameters, and from the main function we are calling that particular. Now maximum value from integer. Maximum value from character. For example, I will pass small a and capital Z. Save. Maximum value from, say, float is equal to maximum float, say 23.5 comma 4.8, return 0. Now what we did over here, so we had written one function, template function, that is a maximum, which is taking the two arguments, both are of the same type as a t. Now here we have not specified the type of t at, so when we will call this particular function, we are specifying its type, whether it is integer, character or the float. So compiler, what it will do, whenever we will